Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Bridget. Today's coffee is Coney Island Caramel. It's not the strongest tasting coffee. I did have to add sugar to it, and I don't normally add sugar to my coffee, but it's good. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. I'm recording this early in the morning so that my kids are asleep, and the dogs have decided that they're going to make noise. So, again, a little out of the schedule that I set. The reason why I'm doing this on Sunday is I've decided that Monday is just for oracle reading. And I'm not going to do a long form oracle. I'm going to keep to the short form oracle. But recording more than one video and releasing more than one video on a day, I don't really like doing that. So we are going to be talking about the 13 moons again. And the reason why I want to talk about the 13 moons again is because the Goodreads giveaway did end. And what's amazing is 998 people signed up to get the 13 moons. That is amazing. I can't even believe that number. It was almost 1,000. Now, when I'd been doing research on spirituality nonfiction books and watching the giveaways to see what the average was, and the highest I saw was 360. So I did 3 times what I had observed other people do, basically. Not quite 3 times, but almost. I would have been happy with 300 entries. Getting 998 really blew me away. I would have done more copies had I known that it would get so high. But I'm really excited that people are going to get the 13 moons, and hopefully people review them. And that's one of the main things that I wanted to talk about on this Coffee with Bridget is reviews are so important, especially for indie authors. Now, a lot of people won't trust a book unless it has reviews, unless other people have read it. And there are people who do kind of professionally review books, which is pretty cool. They've created a niche for themselves, and that's what they do is review books. And that is really neat. So when you do read a book, and if you do win a giveaway, I think it's really important that you review it. Even if it's just the 5 stars or whatever, and if it doesn't live up to your expectations and you do less stars, that's fine too. Because any review is a good review, and in my eyes. It's kind of like comments. I get so few comments on my TikTok and my YouTube that any comment, even if it is negative, is a good comment to me. The other day, someone commented, "Take off the filter." And I was like, I like my filters. I'm going to keep them. Thank you very much. But a comment does boost your video in the algorithm, even if it's negative. So I think that it's important to comment. I usually try to, especially on the big creators that not the big creators, the creators in general that I follow. I try to comment, like, and share on every one of their videos to help boost the algorithm. I think that Kim Dub is one of my favorite creators on here on TikTok, who talks about how to promote your channel. She says when you go into a video, to like from the bottom up, so you start with sharing or reposting, saving, then likes and comments. It really does help. And I know on the TikTok algorithm, the later you comment on the video, the better, because it registers as you reading or watching the video longer. So that's all stuff that I do, and I hope that it gets paid forward at some point. Because on my books, the only book that has a review is Coffee Girls. And it's interesting because I didn't give Coffee Girls away. And I think it might have been one of my friends who reviewed it, but it might not have been. I may do a giveaway with Coffee Girls eventually. I think the next giveaway that I'm going to do is going to be my book, Everyday Awakening. And I love this book. This is another, like the 13 Moons. The 13 Moons and Everyday Awakening, I think physical copies are better. They didn't print the way that I prefer they would print, But the physical copies definitely work better for what you're trying to do with these books, which is the journal prompts and the meditations and that sort of thing. And I'd love to do a audio version of the 13 Moons or Everyday Awakening. That would be amazing. I would happily read it for the audio version, but I don't know how to do that. So they're not audio books yet. But especially with meditations and the 13 Moons, I think it would be helpful to have a actual video where I say the words. And I may post that on my YouTube and then refer to it in the book and say, hey, if you want to follow along on the meditation, you can get it for free on YouTube. You can listen to it for free on YouTube. I may do that. That's the fun thing about an indie author and being self-published, is that I can do what I want with my work. I own the rights to it. Now, if a big company comes along and says, okay, we'd like to buy your book, like say Llewellyn, which is a big metaphysical company, came in and said, I want to buy the 13 Moons, I would probably sell it. I probably would go with the big publisher just so I could see the book in places like Barnes and Noble. And I probably would do a video where I went to Barnes and Noble and went, look at this, is my book on the shelf, I've seen some authors go from indie author to big authors, but it's rare. It's very rare. But with 998 people interested in the giveaway for the 13 Moons, that's just mind-boggling. I almost hit the 1,000 mark, which only like big books, and I mean like really big books, and only the ones that do print giveaways hit over 1,000 entries when it comes to Goodreads. So that would have been big if I'd hit 1,000. I was 2 away. So close, but so far. It's amazing to me, this journey that I've been on with writing. And now I decided to self-publish because it was easier. I could have tried to sell it to a bigger company. You have to write a pitch, basically. It's a type of letter, and then you have to wait maybe up to a year for them to go and process it. And then, you get the rejection letter. I do have a rejection letter for Morosis, because I did, on this book, Morosis book 1, the filter went on her, Morosis book 1, I did try to sell it, and I got a couple of rejection letters. But my journey when it came to that, doing the classic publishing, was pretty good. I sold a short story to an e-zine called The Midnight Times, called The Huntress, and over 1 million people read it. And I have published on Inkit, and on Inkit I have a book that's been read by 15,000 people. That's my erotica novel. And it still gets saved to book lists, and it's still going strong. It's really amazing to watch that one grow. And you can find that one on Amazon as well. It's very, very spicy. I think Amazon kind of tried to bury that one, but you can still find it, I think. So coming off of this giveaway, very happy, filled with gratitude that 998 people went to read my book, and that potentially some of them will review it. Now, what I understand is that it takes about 3 months for people to usually start doing reviews. Realistically, I'm like, where are my reviews? Especially with Morosis, since I gave 100 copies away. But they haven't come in yet. Most people add it to their to be read book list and then eventually get to it. So it's a process being an indie author. Oh, my dogs are barking. But it is definitely, you can hear them playing. It is definitely an adventure, and I want to thank all of you for going on it with me. Everyone who stays until the end on these videos, I appreciate you. I know this video is winding down, and my dogs are being a noisy bunch, but it really means the world to me when people watch the videos all the way through, when they comment, when they like. So I hope you enjoyed this little talk with me. Take care, and bye for now.